Hey guys.
Hey!
So today we're going to be doing it a little bit differently. We are pre-recording this session so you can go through and hear and read everything that you need about the DLS meeting without having to sit there while we just talk and talk and talk. So we can use our time more effectively and hopefully get some really good stuff done. So how do you want to start?
Absolutely. We're doing some good modeling here. We're going to try to anyway. Okay, so there's just a few news items that we want to get out there, and we're also going to attach it into a paper format somehow so you can go back to it and look at it at your own time. So here's some important pieces of news, some things that we have to get done. Schoolnet. Schoolnet came up in our curriculum instruction effectiveness team meeting, and the curriculum team really wants to make sure that all teachers are aware of the materials and the lessons that are within Schoolnet. And we just kind of need to know how you feel about that. The DLS team was mentioned as the team that could deliver this to teachers, and I think that's a really good idea, but I don't know how comfortable we are as a group accessing that ourselves.
So what we're going to do is with this video, either if you're watching this in YouTube, it'll be in the descriptions below, or we might embed it into a presentation or something. We don't really know yet, but there'll be a link available that'll take you to a quick form. I need you to go ahead and fill that form out. Now there's two parts to that form. The first part will be your question about the resources within Schoolnet, and then the second part actually goes into my little piece. So just so you're aware, so I'm on a state committee with Homebase, and it's really talking about kind of the future of Homebase and what we want it to look like as an LEA. So I'm including several questions that I really need you to consider, but go ahead and answer. And all that is in one form, so one place that you need to go to. Let's put my head over. One place that you need to go to fill out this form, but it's crucial that we get this information. So I need you to maybe even pause this video, like right now, unless we're embedded in the form, then don't pause it and then watch it and do it afterwards. Since we don't know what we're doing yet. So that's the Schoolnet piece. So really there's two pieces with Schoolnet. One, we need to know how comfortable you are with the redelivering and teaching of items to your staff, dealing specifically with the resources and the lesson plans of that. Not lesson plan creation per se, but accessing lesson plans. And then the second one is the one specifically for me that's dealing with how you feel about Schoolnet, what's your observations with your teachers, what can be made with improvements, those kind of items. So that's really about all the Schoolnet stuff. I also wanted to remind you about the email that we sent from Becky Hines at Continue Savannah. She runs the STEM camps during the summer, and really they're looking for several things. They're looking for teachers who maybe currently use robotics, whether it's the Spheros or the dot and dash bots, whatever you use at your school. She's looking for those teachers because she really wants to branch out the robotics program beyond our NXTs that we've been using for like the last 9 years. So that's really important that you do that because she's looking not only for ideas. So if you don't have a teacher that can do it during the summer, that's fine. She's looking for ideas too. But she's also potentially looking for teachers who could help teach during the summer.
Or you.
That's a good point.
Right. She would love to have DLSs as teachers for the camps as well. But I think, too, it's important to note that she wants to expand this out to target lower grades, not just our upper grades. So keep that in mind, too, as you're thinking about the robotics and how it's used in your school. Go back in here.
All right, so next is...
Oh, this is a big one.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, this is on the topic of sexting.
Hold up. We're going to get a close-up. There you go. This is all you.
Okay, this is on the topic of sexting. It's a very serious conversation, and we were able to sit in on a presentation by the board attorney and learn more information on what you should do if you were to come in contact with inappropriate material on a student device. And your principal has a lot of information. They have the entire presentation and can really fill you in on the details. But here's what we feel like you need to know as DLSs. Charles and I just thought this was crucial for you to know and understand, and to make sure you ask if you don't have full understanding of this area. First of all, if you come in contact with a student's device that has anything inappropriate, meaning pictures, images, well, that's the same, pictures, videos, inappropriate texts that are dealing with minors, here's what you do.
Stop.
Stop. Do not take a picture, a screenshot, airdrop, email. Do not do anything as far as sending or distributing that information. In fact, if you see it, I would turn my head and I would take the device immediately to my principal. It is a very serious matter, and I think as DLSs sometimes we are given those situations because they're on a device. And some of us, our first inclination might be to take a picture and send it to our principal.
To document it.
Right, to document. Do not do that. Take the device immediately to your principal and they will handle it from there.
All right, that's really important. The number one thing is to immediately close and confiscate. You should not have any other part in that. Specifically with the law, the attorney pointed out that the law does not exclude school personnel or administrators. So potentially you could get in trouble for watching it, viewing it, reviewing
having possession of.
Yeah, all you need to know, if somebody reports that there's a possibility that might happen, just stop, confiscate, and immediately take to the administrator. And as a matter of fact, if possible, you need to take it to the administrator with a witness with you. So you and another teacher need to go and take that to the administrator. All right, that's really important because that's there to protect you.
And do not feel compelled to look at or watch the inappropriateness. If a teacher, like Charles says, if a teacher reports that there's something inappropriate, don't even investigate. Take it directly to the administrator and they can look for that.
All right, school visits.
On a lighter note.
On a lighter note, away from sexting.
Yeah. No.
All right, so school visits. One thing we want to thank you for those who have been able to work it into our schedule. We have a crazy schedule, and we appreciate
just like yours.
Yeah. And we appreciate all that you did with trying to work this in. But we're to the point now that we're going to be basing our school visits off of your schedules. So hopefully, if we can, we'll let you know. But sometimes we just might not know ourselves until that day when we have like a free hour or two. And so we might just show up at your school. Don't be afraid. I really want you to understand that's nothing for you to worry about at all. Really, it's for us, for Melissa and I, to get into the schools and really just see what's happening for ourselves. And understand what's going on with your teachers and understand what's going on with your students. So it's nothing to be worried about. We're not there to judge or anything like that. We're only there observing what's going on and hopefully maybe even help you out, or you could help us out because we pick up things all the time when we're with our DLSs.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. Okay, so we want to talk about now our March board meeting. I know that seems crazy because it's not even, well, it just is February, but for those people who may be presenting at the February board meeting, you totally understand why we're talking about this now. The board meeting for March is March the 6th, and we need 2 schools to come and participate, and we've already chosen those schools. Yay!
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Yay! Okay, the schools we think would be great to come and present in March are Early College. Belinda, we would love for you, one of your teachers and a student or two if possible, to come and present at our board meeting in March, on March the 6th. And also, we would love for Northeast Elementary. Aaron, we'd love for you, a teacher and a student or two, to come and present as well. Just to give you a little background, I know it sounds like a lot of pressure, but we don't want it to be. No. It's a very, the ILCPS update is always the best part of the board meeting. It's what everyone loves. You do not have to be feel compelled to have a formal presentation, but you certainly can if you would like.
And keep in mind, it's not about having like a big project or anything like that. Yeah. They just want to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's an opportunity for you to showcase the smalls that you're doing.
Absolutely.
And not necessarily some huge giant project that you have going on.
Yeah, really and truly for both presentations we need to stay within 15 minutes. So about 7 minutes per presentation. The last time that we did this, we had Rochelle Middle School did a fantastic job. They had more of a formal presentation that their students walked through, and then Banks Elementary followed up, another excellent job with no presentation at all. They used Reflector to go through a student example using eBackpack. I will give you one piece of advice though. If you are going to use Reflector, actually Apple TV is what we went through. If you have any type of video streaming,
come early.
Come early, and we'll see if we can get a cord or something. We want to make sure that it works and it works well for your school. Okay, so early college and Northeast, be thinking about what you want to do. And if you do have any type of formal presentation, we need that by February the 15th at the latest, because Becky Berger has to get that into the board report.
But keep in mind, it doesn't require video and stuff like that. They just want to hear from the teachers and students. So they want it to be real. They want it to be, nice. They want to see what you're doing in your schools, and that's really what it's about. And keep in mind, even though early college and Northeast are next, we are going to go through some of the other schools because we have the rest of this year and into next year. So if you want to volunteer and you have something, by all means, let us know. Otherwise, we'll be selecting schools and letting you know.
Sounds good.
That does sound good.
All right, last piece of business before we get into our real meeting on Friday.
Yay.
Are the videos that we've been emailing you about to send to Patrick Holmes. He wants to begin showcasing our schools on the educational TV channel, and we definitely want that as well. So I think Northwest, props to Northwest, they were the first people to send in videos, and she did so today. And a great example, she had students in a class that created a shadow puppet based off of idioms. They were learning about idioms. And so she chose one or two of the best works to send to Patrick. Short student example. That's exactly what he's looking for.
That's all he wants.
That's all he wants. But here's something that's key with that. You do also want to send a description, such as students in Mrs. Lynch's class using shadow puppets to explain their understanding of idioms video. Okay? Yeah. So nothing major, no big stress. It can be student examples. It can be a video of students working collaboratively. It can be a video of teachers modeling student work. I think that's going to be the most powerful.
Yeah. But, and keep in mind, like I said before, like the board presentations, it doesn't have to be a grand project. Mm-hmm. He's looking for small items.
Everyday usage. That's right. So we've also selected some schools that we would like to go ahead and send some videos to Patrick for the month of February.
Congratulations.
Woo! Northwest, you're on this list. You're already doing that. Great job, Samantha. Keep it up. Early college, and Belinda, we've chosen you twice because you're a rock star, and because we all got to see how awesome your stop motion videos were,
love those.
And we want to make sure you send a couple of those to Patrick. They were fabulous. Also on the list is Banks. Ashley, I know you've got videos galore. Go ahead and send some over to Patrick and shoot him a description.
Yep.
And then also Hannah at Rochelle. I know you do as well. Your students are doing awesome things over there. We heard from you and from Nancy about some of the cool things that were going on. So send some videos to Patrick and make sure you copy us when you send them.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to see some videos on maybe like your Spheros or coding. Something with your coding or the tech team, any of those that you're doing, or something within the classroom, because it's not just about the tech team, it's about your whole school. So we'd love to see any of that that's going on. So I think that's about it.
Oh my God, I know you are so glad.
Yay.
But just think, that frees up some time on Friday that we can actually focus on either sharpening our skills, learning for us, or planning out some things that are coming up in the future.
All right, so before we leave, or before you leave.
Action steps.
Action step. With this video is an online form, a Google form that I need you to complete. All right, and we need to do this as soon as possible. We want all this data done before you come on Friday. All right? Is that it?
That's it.
All right, bye guys.